Tasty, there we go. Yeah, apparently I have my mic unplugged. Oops. Alright, so I think we're live though, right? So this is the GTX 1080. This is the Asus Strix model. I can't seem to get the XOC BIOS working, so I'm modding it. I already got the core voltage mod done on it. It's a UP95. It's 9511P controller for the Vcore. And I haven't even looked at the memory, but I'm going to get a little bit of thermal paste here. A little bit of thermal paste on top of the chip to make it so you can read it. Now you just do this. If you're having troubles reading. So if you're having trouble reading, just put a little thermal paste on there. Just grab another Q-tip. How's it going, Mo? Now you just clean it off with another Q-tip. And then make sure you can read it. See if we can read it. Somewhat can read it, I guess. It's the UP95 MP. Huh? Apparently need to clean it a bit better. Can't read it all. I can't read it. There we go. That's better. UP9511P. That is the wrong controller. I want a memory controller. That is the controller I've already done. And it works really good. It works actually really good. I'm not even sure if I'm going to need to add any capacitors. Maybe some capacitors would be nicer. More capacitors would be nicer. But from testing, I don't think I'll need them. Haven't really hit any overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection, I've already done a no power limit, so there's no issues with that. Overvoltage protection doesn't seem to be much of an issue either. Can do lots of volts. Trying to find the memory controller on here. And I can't seem to find it. It's a rich tech, eh? Where is it? I don't see it. ITE UP90130. Okay, I don't want to buy it. I want the data sheet. Data sheet. I've already done the core voltage mod, so UP9511P sorry, down here. I've already done core voltage before the stream. Done some testing. I gotta do memory now. Don't look at my thumb. It got into the finger chopper 9000. But yeah, so this is a UP9511P memory controller. I sourced back the feedback pin, and it's all the way over here. That's at least one spot, and I just put it into, it's a bare spot, so it's an easy solder job onto it. Very easy to do. We got the potentiometer on there. Potentiometer, I'll be cleaning it up. This is quick solder work, basically. Easy ground point was right there on that capacitor. Very easy, just very quick. It doesn't look very good, but I'll be redoing this. I'm going to make it a little bit different because I want to like basically fully assemble this card again, except for the air cooler. I might even do some air cooling tests on it, but I want to be able to put the back plate on this as well. So I'm going to be doing it a little bit different, cleaning it up, putting the actual controller on top of the back plate as well. So I'll be doing that. No power limit mod. I did the OCPC way. So this is the OCPC style. No power limit. This is 2R2s on top of this actual controller here. The controller on this one, they're basically almost all the same for the voltage or current. And it's the INA. It's the INA 3223 or 3225. I believe it's an INA 3223 though. And that right there is a controller that brings in all the actual like voltages and amperages and all that. And that, well, it's more or less for overcurrent protection. So power limit. So 2R2s. 2R2s is what I use because it's a very easy source off of donor boards. I know my light's not great. I have the light low right now for soldering and all that. But 2R2s, every single motherboard, every single GPU, I've done a 2R2 mod like this for no power limit. And no, I don't do the shunt mods. I don't care about doing the stupid shunt mods like everybody else. If you do a shunt mod, these shunt mods can still go. Because there's a lot of power going through those. And then your shunt mods can do a lot of damage. So there's no point in doing shunt mods in my opinion. Especially if you're okay at soldering. Especially if you're, I took pictures. I was going to set it all up for the stream, but I didn't. But if you're good at soldering, 2R2s on there. These are, what size are these? They're not 0608s. They're the size up from 0608. I'm not sure exactly the actual size of these SMDs, but yeah, just piggyback mod this right on top of the capacitors. So it's not a resistor that goes into this, it's capacitors, and then you just piggyback on top of the capacitors and boom, there you go, no power limit. So during testing, I was doing testing beforehand, before I did the voltage mod, before I did the power limit, because I want to do testing, and I can only go up to 1.2 volts before I started hitting, well, not even 1.2 volts before I started hitting power limit. and it wasn't all tests that was hitting the power limit, only the tests that were really straining the GPU. And what I was finding is some tests were really brutal for power limits. I was doing a whole bunch of tests on that. Some tests, like Fire Strike Extreme, is just brutal, by the way, to get working, even at high voltages and low frequencies on this card. So I might do some capacitor mods as well, just more or less MLCCs. Got lots of capacitors on there. They could be a bit better, but for now it's pretty good. But I might do all before, or the VRM might do all of them, and then the memory, probably will do the memory as well. But for testing, a lot of tests, it was hitting the power limit very, very quickly. So that's what sucked there. And then literally my 2.15 gigahertz overclock that I was doing. Just give me a second. I'll pull up some of the runs that I did here. Oh yeah. This is a 12 phase, I believe. Yeah, 12 phase. I'm pretty sure. Could be a 10 phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8 phase. It's a 8 phase. 8 plus 2 for memory. 8 plus 2. I'll show you the 2080 Super though. Definitely will be able to handle. Born. Haven't seen you, buddy. Oh man, hopefully things are a bit better. So the 2080 Super, I don't think it's gonna have any problem, buddy. I don't think it's gonna have any problem with the 2080 Super 12 plus 2. It's oh my god, it is overbuilt. It's just brutal overbuilt. And I'm gonna be doing testing on this card beforehand, just on water, just like the way it is. I've taken apart all my cards now, so for modding. But yeah, 2080 Super 12 plus 2 phase, 2 phase here for memory, 12 phase for core, and yeah, I don't see an issue with it. Oh my god, it's just, I opened it up and I was like, man, I forgot how beefy this freaking card is. Now, another thing you gotta know about this card, it has 2 controllers for the core. It has a separate controller for the actual switch. So I was doing testing beforehand. I've already done a lot of mods on cards before, and I've already done a core voltage mod on this. I was like, man, why isn't this working? Like, what's going on? Why is my potentiometer going straight to this? That's because this switch is connected to where are they? On the back side? Where were they? There's so many controllers on this. There's so many controllers on this board. But this switch switches it from different controllers. Now it's this one controller here. This is one controller. Where's the other one? But it's on multiple, there's multiple controllers, okay? Multiple controllers for the core. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Yeah, it does suck getting old. I hear you there. But yeah, it's 2080 Super overbuilt. This EVGA 2080 Super is overbuilt. It's so nice. It's so nice. Oh yeah, controller number 1. Controller number 2. And I still gotta figure out where the memory controller is on this one. I don't know where the memory controller is, unfortunately. But yeah, 2080 Super, well overbuilt, 12 plus 2 phase, 8 plus. Pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not a 9 plus 1. I'm pretty sure it's an 8 plus 2 or 7 plus 2. It's a 7 plus 2, or it could be an 8 plus 1. But so GDDR5X scales very well with memory voltage. Okay, so GDDR5X is all on the 10 series cards, and it scales very well with voltage. With the 1080 Ti Kingpin, I'm pretty sure stock is like close to 2 volts, or it is 2 volts. This is Gabby. For this card, I tested it. It was 1.825 volts, or 1.8 volt, around 1.8 volts. So for this card, I've already tested that, and yeah, did good. We'll do the voltage mod though. It definitely needs it. Yeah, that sucks. I wish I had a 3090 in that. I wish I had like a lot of cards, to be honest, because then I'd be modifying the crap out of them. New stuff. Psycho mood. So the 2060 here. Oh man, I got thermal paste all over it from doing stuff with it. But oh wait, that's the 770. Sorry, that's 770. The 2060 V2, 2060 right here, the GTX 2060. I did a live stream of doing all the mods to this card, and then I did some more mods afterwards after figuring out what was wrong with it. It blew one MOSFET. I ran it for a while on 3-phase, and then it was having other issues, so I checked back. It kept putting one of my 12-volt pins to ground, and that is due to the low side MOSFET there. I thought it was capacitors. I'm making a video about this, about things to look on for older graphics cards. But this is a 4-phase, 4+1. It's a 4-phase though, 4-phase card, and I want to make it a 6-phase. The controllers are on the back. It's missing one controller, but it still is a 4-phase, still works. The controllers can do 6-phase, and that's all that really matters, is if whether or not the controller can do it. It can do it. I replaced the low side MOSFETs here from a motherboard, to be honest, an older motherboard, AM3 Plus motherboard, and it technically has a better rating than the ones that were on it, so I shouldn't have to worry about them going anytime soon. But I replaced all 4 low side MOSFETs with from a motherboard, so that's good. And I checked the frequency is still doing 375 kilohertz, so that's pretty good. I'm happy about that. Everything's really good on that. But yeah, I'm going to be making a video about all the mods I've done so far on this card. This is the OCPC style GTX 260 V6 because of the way the capacitor looks here. But yeah, I'm making a video so far on it. We got a few potentiometers on there, a bunch of different ways to do it. So a bunch of testing that I've done as well. But this card here has over voltage protection, has no over... well, there is some overcurrent protection, but I don't have to worry about it technically. I've done everything for testing on that. I just could not figure out what the hell is going on with it. Over voltage protection is a thing. I've tried multiple different ways to get around it, like feedback return, and a bunch of other ways I could do it, but it doesn't work. There's none of that. I have to do a BIOS mod to raise vid, and that's the only way to actually get around that, unfortunately, and that really sucks. Yep. Yeah, Frankenstein project. So yeah, we got some big wires here and all that. But the big wires, I've done it a certain way, so that way there's no issues. They're on a solid point for the grounds, and I made the grounds shorter, so that way when I pull, even though I have them glued down, I pull, it's only going to pull on the one point there, so it's always going to be nice and good. Don't have to worry about things coming off of it. So yeah, this is just the beginning for this card. Again, I'm going to be doing a lot more. I still have to do the memory. The memory scales very well. I mean, holy crap. This GDDR3 memory on this is insane for scaling with voltage. It did 2.1 volts, 2700, 1350 megahertz, which is crazy. Like, it does 2700. 1350 is 2700, 2.1 volts. And as far as I wanted to go for voltage wise, I'm going to do some mods to it, and then when it's cooler, I'm gonna try to do 3000 or 1500 on it, and we'll do like 2.2, 2.3 volts. I probably won't do 2.4, but definitely will be doing like 2.3 volts into these because they scale very well with voltage. Yeah, the memory can get fast, yeah. And that's due to the fact the voltages. And 6700 had the GDDR6 memory, so the voltage for GDDR6 is around 1.8 volts, I do believe. It's around 1.8 volts. But the way it works is it'll lower and raise voltage as there's a load. Same thing with GDDR6X. Kind of low. Well, GDDR6X is even worse than that. It really like fluctuates the voltages, so that's why it's hard to work on GDDR6X. Yep, lots of mods on this card. GTX 770 is in the works. I'm gonna be getting myself some UV hardening PCB repair, so that way I can fix up a couple spots onto it and then get it going. 1660, super nice. Mine was the R7 270. All right, memory controller. The memory controller. I'm pretty sure it is 130. Nope. It's not. It's not on the back, is it? The voltage controller there, the ITE. Yeah, I'm not even sure what memory controller, memory voltage controllers on this card. I only know the UP9511P is for the core, and I read a lot about that, the data sheet for that. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can do with the UP9511P here, but for testing on this card, it doesn't look like I really need to do much more than just the feedback for the core. Now, when I start really pushing the voltages, we'll see. I was doing more or less some tests from 1.2 volts to 1.28 volts for testing, and it's doing really good. Almost doing 2.2 gigahertz onto it, which is really good. That's pretty good temps. I did testing this card this morning, and the max temperature that I saw on water at 1.28 volts, the max temperature I saw was 24 degrees Celsius. 24 degrees Celsius. So it's very good. The water block, again, I have a very cheap water block, but it works very, very good. Very, very good. Oh yeah, same thing with the 1080 Ti. 1080 Ti, before any mods, with the 1080 Ti, I can do 1.2 volts, no mods done to it, 1.2 volts, and yeah, it's same thing. It dissipates the heat very, very nicely. Chilled, so from 1 degree Celsius, water temp, the max temperature we saw with the GPU was like, was it 7 degrees Celsius? Nope, no lap in the core. Maybe when I really start needing to push the card for better points. The water block, yeah. The core, the only core that I've really had to lap was my GTX 1070 when I had it. I don't have the 1070 anymore, unfortunately, because it was really good. I'll get another 1070. It will be another EVGA 1070. I did lap that core, and because it had a really bad hotspot, like it was like almost 20 degrees Celsius different from the actual core temp, and the hotspot on it was brutal. 20 degrees Celsius difference for hotspot, and I did that, and it was a 5 degrees difference. So it was a really good, like really worth it. It can be worth it. You can get a really good lower hotspot as long as you lap it proper and take your time. Just take your time. All you want to do, remember, is get rid of the etching. Right? You just want to get rid of the etching more or less. You can get lapping paper, and then you're gonna get a nice thick glass block that's like just a bit bigger than the die. So if you can get one that's around the size of like the chip itself, a glass block, and then you're gonna glue. You get a like very minimal amount of glue the actual sandpaper to the actual glass, or you can use double-sided tape, but it's got to be that really thin double-sided tape, and you're going to make sure you glue it down nice and flat, and then you can get it's like 50,000 grit sandpaper. You can go all the way up to like 1,000,000 grit sandpaper. It feels like paper basically. And you're gonna do that. You just gotta use a little bit of oil or water, and then clean it every couple of minutes. You gotta clean it every couple of minutes, and it takes an hour or so to lap it. An hour or longer. Kind of like emery cloth, but no, not emery cloth. It's a specialty paper, especially sandpaper. That's how I did it, and it worked really good. Basically, keeps the silicon extremely smooth. It works really good. It works really good. All right, take her easy, board. Hopefully you're doing good, man. Moving sucks, I know. I've moved 4 times in the past year. Good. Okay, so for some reason I think I found the data sheet. I found it. Oh my god, I found it. It took forever, but I found it. PDF. Do we have a PDF? Oh, there is a PDF. Oh, we found it. We found it. We found her, boys. we found it. We found it. She is destroying a brown paper bag right now, and yeah, that's what she's doing. Hold on, we got to UPF. We found it. We found it. We found it. Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. We found it. We found it. We found it. Yay. Alright, there we go. Oh, that looks terrible. How about that? Is that better? There we go. There we go. Right here. UP 1666Q. No. No. No, that's not it. Don't tell me this is the only spot. I want the freaking data sheet. That is not it. Hi, how's it going? 1080 Ti, 200 or more. 200 or more, about 200 or more. US, yeah, US probably like 180. What model though? What model? What model? Oh my god, man, that's not the data sheet that I wanted. I'm really, really disappointed. That is the memory controller, though. I want the data sheet! Okay, well, we'll just 9013 data sheet. Oh, wait. Is it? Is it the same thing, basically, though? Or what? $75 to 960 watt AC/DC ultra slim industrial DIN rail power XDR XE series. That's not it. Wait, is that for fan? No, that's not fans. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm getting very displeased on trying to find this controller. It's the only one that I would think would be for the memory. Every other one is not for it. I am very displeased. 300 US? No. Are you on crack? Does it come with box and all the original accessories? Box and all original accessories? Probably 250 US. 300 US? You gotta be on freaking crack. Oh, really? That is just like the UP1666. Okay, UP1666. Q. So that is... Nope. Wait, what? It's a 2-1 phase synchronous rectified buck controller. That sounds about right. Designed to work with 2.5 volt, 20 volt input and deliver high quality. That sounds about right. Does support NVIDIA open voltage regulator 2 plus with PWM vid. Okay, that's good. The PWM vid input is buffered and filtered to generate accurate reference voltage, and output voltage precisely regulated to the reference input. Perfect. Alright, so we got phase 1 mode, phase 2 mode, so it is 1.8 volt PSI. Good. So phase 2 mode, and then we got applications for output above 2 volt. It switches over. Shoot, so I'm gonna need to do that, because I'm probably gonna need over 2 volt. So REAFADJ vid unused pin can be left open. We gotta check a bunch of things on this one. 300 US, that you're asking for a lot. It'll take a long time to sell at that price point, that's all. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So I was right on the first one, the UP1666Q was the right one, but this is a better data sheet for it. So we'll just move this up over here for now. Okay, so it's got 1 and 2 phase for 1.8 volt. Okay, so we'll do this. So for move that over there. So for phase 1 here, which is basically what it's at, refer to table 2 for PSI pin input voltage setting of phase 1 operation. This will be it to PSI, 1.8 to PSI through a resistor. Now we gotta look at for boot 1, boot 2, phase 2, U gate 2, and L gate E2 there, or L gate 2 there. Note 2, if the application circuit is designed for 1 phase mode, but the PSI is not set to the correct voltage level, please short boot 2 to phase 2 as a workaround to ensure normal operation. Okay? Hopefully, please short boot 2 to phase 2 as a workaround to ensure normal operation. Unused pins can be left open. Okay? So, show you what they mean by that. So unused pins, and you'll see there's a lot of unused pins here. Give me a sec, I'll get the light all fixed up here. So let's see the top controller there. One with the Gabby here. Well, see that one controller here. Now you'll notice that there's a lot of unopened pins, okay? You'll notice there's a lot of them. They're just solder balls onto the pads, that's it, okay? Because that would be the reason for that. It's to make sure that it's in normal operation, alright? For boot 1. Well, phase 1. Phase 1, sorry. So for phase 1. This is why reading these data sheets is very, very handy. Again, please short boot 2 to phase 1 as a workaround to ensure normal operation. For U gate 2, unused pins can be left open. Alright, so we don't need to worry about certain pins. Refer to table 3 for L gate 2 strapping setting. We don't need to worry about this though. This is just phase 1. This is phase 1 for 1.8 volts, 3-way different resistor for going to ground, whatnot, or ground in, and then ground out, and then 1.8 volt in to PSI. Okay, we don't care about that. What we want to look at now is phase 2. Now we're looking at phase 2 to see what's going on with phase 2. Okay, phase 2, still using 1.8 volt to PSI. Refer to table 2 for PSI pin input and voltage setting of phase 2 operation. Okay. for table 2. We'll be looking at all this. L-gate 2 here. Note 5, refer to table 3 for L-gate 2 strapping. Okay, so we don't really need to worry about this either. 1.8 volts is what this card is, and it can either be in phase 1 or phase 2. Phase 1 will be doing all this information. Phase 2 mode, or two-phase mode. So single phase, two-phase for VRM. So when it's using two-phase, boom, a little bit simpler technically. Now what we need to do is worry about applications for output above 2 volt, because we will be doing over 2 volt because these memory chips scale very well. Hopefully we're looking at that just fine. So we're gonna have to look at, again, REFADJ. We also have to look at the vid. Note 6, unused pin can be left open. All right, can be left open. We're only going to worry about certain pins. We don't have to close any pins. We don't have to add resistors, caps. Maybe I will add caps for better like voltage input or output, or input output type of deal, more or less for input, so that way the voltage doesn't, if it sees transient spikes, the capacitor can take away some of the transient spikes, and that way things will be a little bit steadier going into the controller and maybe help out a bit for the voltage, well, more or less for the voltage out. So instead of it being, keeping it going all crazy because it's getting the transient spikes, had the voltage controllers taking that information in, it'll try to give out a nice smooth voltage. Refer to table 2 for operation mode setting. Again, for 1.8 volt PSI, L-gate 1, we have to check out note 8. Note 9, refer to table 3 for L-gate 2 strapping. Note 8, L-gate 1 resistor strap should be 30K, all right? Should be 30K. So I'm going to check. Let's see. So L-gate 1 here. We'll take a look at that here and see if there's a 30K. So seems to be pretty good though. Download that. Support for type 2+ PM vid technology, wide input voltage range, 2.5 volt to 20 volt, robust, yeah, definitely don't need to do it. Robust, it's 2.5 volt in, and then it changes it for robust constant on time control to 1-phase operation. I'm pretty sure it's a single phase for memory. It's just a single. Just a single. Oh, no, it's 2. It is 2. Never mind. My apologies. It is 2-phase. It is 2-phase. Just looking at it again. It is 2-phase for memory. So it is an REN 2-phase operation. And then we have to make sure we check it for doing the 2 volts, because we will be doing 2 volt and up. So some things are going to have to change. I could test it, but it might just crash out. And it won't allow me to download it. I mean, there's not much. Not much. Yo, how's it going, edits? How's it going, Theo? I'm doing all right. Just working on the 1080 right now. I've already done a core voltage mod onto it. Does pretty good. I just want to do a memory voltage mod as well, because it's GDDR5X and it scales very well with memory. So, and that would help me get a lot of good scores. Hopefully, a lot of top fives. Just underneath LN2 scores is what I'm looking. What I'm looking for. So I have spots. So I already have spots here that I'll show. Oh, maybe I won't be able to see. Yeah, oh yeah. So you see some of the black dots up on the top here. See those black dots? One by the wire that I put in and one over to the top right. Those are just showing ground points. I've already gone through this card a bit for finding some ground points and whatnot. And those are ground points. So, well, one's a ground point, one's the point that I wanted to check for. It's a unused. It was an unused pin. So this is an unused pin that I put to the feedback, and the feedback did go to that unused pin, and I just soldered to that and put a little wire through, and then I put the wire through a through hole, a very small through hole that literally just fits the wire. Helps make sure like less tugging and whatnot. Goes around to the potentiometer. The potentiometer that I put into it is a 100K, a 100 kilo ohm potentiometer, variable resistor. I put the ground to one side of the capacitor here. I'll be redoing that because I'm going to be adding on probably a capacitor. I might not add any capacitors onto it because the board's working really good from quick testing. It is working pretty good. I might not add any kind of extra capacitors or anything to the back side, at least maybe the front side, but the back side definitely won't be doing that because I might actually take off the potentiometer and then put on the back plate. Oh, that's the EVGA one. So I might put the back plate back on. Kaboom. Might put it back on and then just put the resistor, the variable, the trimmer pot on top. Yeah, so I might do that. Yeah. Pretty good card though. Quite happy with the performance it was doing. Already done almost close. Got pretty close to 2.2 gigahertz onto it. So that's pretty good. Pretty happy about that. Already got a couple top 10 spots too. A couple testings on another one. Never put them in. I can go over a couple of scores here. Okay, and then we'll hopefully you guys can see all that. I did leave Team WEG, by the way. I'm going to start my own team back up. I was Cold Canadians before. Trying to remake my old team, Cold Canadians. But yep, GTX. Oh yeah, I can just do this. Boom. I don't have to grab the keyboard. I'm going to go. Hey. Right here. So right here. So 3D Mark 2001 SE. 3D Mark 2001 SE, 191,000. I redid it and already got a better score. But 191,195 marks. Did pretty good. I did that 2.152 gigahertz. Memory, again, I gotta do a memory mod. I ran the 13900K at 6 gigahertz, which really helped the score as well. Here you go. I was quite happy. It says my boost was only 1999. It wasn't. It was 2.15 gigahertz, and quite happy with that. I gotta redo this anyways. I gotta show the actual details. This is not the way it should be done here, as you can see. This is quickly put up there to see what my score is going to be like, more or less. And yeah, oh, is that 4 performance core 8 threads? I shouldn't have been. It should have just been 4 performance cores. But yeah, yeah, this is not right. This is not what it should look. But yep, that's did pretty good on that. And then 3D Mark, again, 3D Mark 03. Goats, 3D Mark 03. Did this on stock CPU. It was on stock CPU. And still did pretty good. Quite happy. This was again around 2.15 gigahertz. And then oh, I was looking at some scores I gotta do. I gotta redo CloudGate. I did a test on it as well. I've already beat it, but never submitted it. Firestrike, didn't do anything yet for that. Firestrike Ultra. Well, we can do this. Now we can see my scores. I guess these are my scores. I guess I got team record for all of it right now. But yeah, I gotta redo a bunch. Skydiver. Not sure if I redid the Skydiver. No, I didn't redo the Skydiver. Ice Storm just barely beat it, but I have to set CPU up a bit better as well. Then for I didn't sub it, but Unigine Heaven here basic, I did over 10,000, about 11,000 points, and from looking at scores, it's pretty good. Around 11,000. It's around 33rd, almost top 30, which is really good. I'm hoping that once I do the CPU as well, max out my CPU. And then max out the 1080 here. I'll be up around top 20 at least. I would like to get around top 10. That'd be really nice if I get top 10. Top 10 though, yeah, 6 gigahertz on P cores. And yeah, he's definitely not at only at 2 gigahertz. It's definitely he's not at 2 gigahertz. It's at higher than 2 gigahertz. It's just that's what it showed. Yeah, I'm be like around. I want to be around top 10. I want to be around where tractor is. When I do chilled, I want to be around where tractor is. I can already do higher core clock than him, and I'm gonna try to get my memory up around that as well. Just what do you mean by that there, Cosmic? What do you mean, Cosmic? It's over 9,000. Yeah, the finger chopper 9,000 that I made. Yeah, I gotta show you that. So here's the finger chopper 9,000. So yeah, yeah, this is the finger chopper 9,000. Not the highest amperage, but these are some very, very powerful motors. They don't slow down when they hit you. I have some really thick skin, and it destroys you. I'm not even gonna show the actual how bad it is. It's not good. It's not good. It bled for hours. Like it was bad. It was really bad. Yep. There we go. Finger chopper 9,000. I got one grill. I gotta go find my other grills. But yeah, they're all glued together. Nice solid. So that way I can keep my GPUs nice and cool. More or less the VRMs, gotta keep them cool after doing these mods. Most scores would be on older CPU, so new CPU would help a lot. Depends on what you're doing, to be honest. What depends on the benchmark. Yeah, stop. Stop. You can wait. You can wait. For 3D marks, yeah, it definitely helps having 13900K, 14900K. Either or. or even any 13th and 14th gen CPU that you can do at least 6 gigahertz and up on at least 4 to 6 cores. So, I mean, 12600K also did pretty good for a lot of benches as well. Depends on the bench. Yeah, definitely do some testing with the 760. I wish I had one. I'd modify it too. I gotta take a look at that, and I gotta move the mic. But yeah, you can check older scores too, even on like 9900Ks, the 4770Ks, 3770Ks. The scores are really good too on certain benches. Like they're really good. A lot of people with like the GTX 260 have some really good scores on older hardware due to the fact it was running second gen PCIe. With newer hardware, you have to do certain mods, software mods, BIOS mods, to get them working on like a Z690 and up. You have to do certain mods, not hard mods. You can't do any hard mods. It's got to be BIOS mods, and that's changing some code around. Not the hardest to do, but it's kind of dumb to do. It's a pretty good internship. Okay, so I gotta look at that controller. I gotta look at it a bit closer, though, for me, because that's a little far away. What we got here? Alright, get the old squints going. Alright, we got the old squints going. So Wimba, I need to get the multimeter. Wimba, so Wimba, but it's a multimeter. Now I gotta look at the UP. What is the pin? Okay, so that's down. So it's the first one from the top right. First one from the top right. Remember that. First one from the top right. So we gotta do this, and then I gotta do this, and then oh my god, why do I do this streaming? You guys wanted it. I need to get a better multimeter tips. These ones are really big. I had to sand this one down just to do these little pins because it's really, really annoying if you don't do it this way. Actually, the other multimeter that I want to get is a clamp meter. It's also made by Astro. It's only a 2,000 count. This is a 6,000 count. It's actually a pretty good multimeter. It's actually pretty good for the price. It is really good. It's actually worth the price. The clamp multimeter I want is a 2,000 count, but I don't really care about that. It comes with the nice pointy tips, and yeah. So what we gotta do, guys, is we got to. So what you're gonna do. I'm gonna be making videos about this, but I might as well show you guys. So you take your ground. Well, you're negative, positive, negative, ground, blah blah blah. This is ground. Ground. If you take ground and put it to a ground point, if it's gonna stay, hey, it stays. So there's a ground point. Okay, one of your pinholes works just fine. It's also copper coated, so it's even better. Then you got this. You got to go stabby onto one of the pins. And the pin is the first one from the top right. Now it's first one from the left over. From the left. From the left. I can zoom in, but you guys still would not be able to see that. Plus, you guys can look at the multimeter and be like, ooh, numbers! And we gotta take the resistance. We got, we got, on that nicely? I am on that nicely. 1.12. 1.112. I did 100 kilo ohms for... I can do another 100 kilo ohm. It worked really good. I mean, I technically don't need it, but I am going to do another 100 kilo ohm. So there's that. So that's how you do that. Oh, then I found a bunch of, did some more donor board harvesting, and got some more 0608 capacitors. I haven't even checked the resistance. I should do that right now, actually. Hey, I'm pressing buttons. I know. Calm down. Let's... What does this read? Oh. Oh, God. Is that really? These are terrible. I'm probably just going to throw them in the garbage. Oh. Well, that one's gone. No, it's not. It's right here. Let me redo this. I usually do it on a rubber mat to guarantee. Hello? Oh, God, they're terrible. Basically a 1 microfarad. It is. Oh my God. I don't know why I took all that time harvesting all those. That's probably like 30 of them or more. Oh, that's a waste of my time. I don't think I'll ever use those. What are actually on these memory? On the board's not the greatest reading, but you can get a reading. Did they use good? Yeah, I know. I'm probably touching the other one. My bad. Oh, they're not good either. Why'd they use crappy ones as well? They're not great. Okay, but yeah, that's how you check. So, with older boards from testing that I've done for older controllers, you just want to multiply it by like 26, 28. Give it a higher number, do the 28 or 30 if you want to get a better reading. After checking the feedback pin for doing feedback mods. Nope. For doing feedback mods. So, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that here. I'll use 100K just to give me a bit more range. And then we can source off an actual spot. So you just gotta switch it to so that way you can connect 2 points. So here's like a ground to a ground. Oh, ground to ground. There we go. Then we need to do This is such a terrible... Oh, these are the first pins literally give you right there? Oh, this is gonna be like the easiest. Is there any other spot though? That works too. That works too. I'll go right to the closest. Actually, I'll go to the closest one to me. Is there any other ones? So that pin right there. So that was pretty easy to source off. That was very easy. So I'm gonna do closest one that I'm gonna be putting to the other potentiometer that's beside this potentiometer. I might even just stack it on top of this potentiometer for now. So I'm gonna be redoing this anyways. Or should I move it? Should I move it over here or just stack it on top? Right? Should I move it over just for now, or should I stack it on top? I'll move it over for now. Oh, I gotta put the... Did I get it? Oh, I gotta get the hot glue gun warming up. It takes forever to warm up. So yeah, maybe I'll put it over here for now. It makes the run longer. Maybe I'll just stack it on top for now. Nah, I'll move it over here. I'll move it over here. I won't be lazy. That's fine. I'll move it over here for now. But then we'll... So we're gonna go off of this pin here, this unused pin. We're gonna go off of this one, unused pin, unused pad, basically. We're gonna go off of that one. There's another pad that we can go off of too, and it's this one, the one closest to it, right there. So that's another pin that you can go to, but we're gonna go off of this one because it's closer. Yeah, we won't use this one. We'll use this one. Multiple different ways. Sometimes you have to go right onto the actual another resistor because there's just the way this actually works. Then we're going to do some testing over 2 volts, see how well it actually works. Because if you go over 2 volts, there might be actually complications, and guaranteed I will be going over 2 volts. It's already like almost 1.9 volts stock. That's how you source it off. It's very easy. A lot of people make things very complicated. It's not that hard to source things off. But 1.1, yeah, we'll just use 100K. We'll use 100K potentiometer for this one, just to give me a better range. Guarantee that I'm not going to be putting too much voltage right off the bat into it. That way it's not extra voltage. I can go from stock up and then do some testing from there, because I like to do testing. Then I can rely that testing onto other people that want to do this eventually. go. Get the dial cleaned up. Just because I like to seem to touch the thermal paste when I'm soldering. For some reason. I literally just washed my hands before stream, and I literally have thermal paste all over it again. Speaking of thermal paste, I need to get more thermal paste soon. I've already gone through that 45, almost gone through the 45 gram tube of MX4 already. Not much left, so that sucks. And then I would like to be able to afford some better thermal paste, but that worked just fine actually for. It works actually really good for the price. I do so much testing and different CPUs, GPUs, and all that. It's just brutal. Let me cinemas. I might have to worry about. I shouldn't have to worry about phase 2. Phase 1. I shouldn't have to worry about L-Gate 2 and L-Gate 1 right now. REFA, the refab, I might have to worry about. PSI, I might have to worry about. Vid, I don't have to worry about. It'll be tied in with PSI, so in a way, we'll be doing testing to see if the feedback mod just works for up to a certain voltage. Anyways, I want to be able to use at least 2.1 volts at least. That's about the cooling capacity I'll be able to do right now. Then we'll see what I have to do for using more voltage. Okay, so I have to find 100K. Use this variable resistor here. To 5, that's a 200. That's a 2. Let's say 50. That's a 5. That's a let's double check this here. I think it's the right one, but we'll check. Oh my god. I need my rubber mat back. Alright, so there's my 100K there. Perfect. Yeah, 104. Okay. Go. So there's my variable resistor there that I want. There's my wire. My 30 AUG wire. So I'm gonna make this. So it's very hard to see. Maybe I'll remove the filter from this light and I'll brighten things up a bit. Oh, no, it won't. If only I had a better camera or another camera where I could do these closer up instead of zooming in like that. So what we're gonna do is just twist up the wire. We're gonna make it a bit longer than what it needs to be. Got my snippy snips. Maybe cleaned up. They got a little bit of rust on them. Haven't gone through my tools and re-greased anything up. Okay, so bit of that, bit of flux. So again, my 8341 flux, 8341 flux. I like. I think a lot of people know that already now. Do you like it? Is it the best? No, but I mean it is good for the price that you can get it at, and for doing this kind of soldering, it's great. For the solder I'm using, it's just a 50-50. It's not a 6337 or anything. It's not nothing crazy. It's just a 50-50. Yeah, it takes a bit more heat, but it works good. Makes good solder, good strong joints. So pre-tin the wire, then I'm gonna cut it to a shorter length. A nice, really short length. It's very hard to see. Very, very short length here. As you can see there, though. A lot shorter. I'm gonna take. Where is my tweezers? I just got them all fixed up, a bit nicer. Nice little bend on them that I wanted to do. And I move stuff around. Hi, Gabby. Hi. Do you know what I did with the tweezers, Gabby? Did I drop them? Did I drop them somewhere? No. Oh, that's it. All right. I'd put a little bend on them so that way it's nicer. Then I straighten them out, and then made better contact on them. They're just cheap soldering tweezers, so I like to make them a bit better. And we'll just put a small bend on it. And we're gonna take this. What's a good way to do it? Yeah, we'll do it this way. I'll just have to do left-hand solder. Right-hand wire. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go through this through hole. Give myself lots of extra. Go underneath this wire. So. There we go. Tip. Some clean solder on there after getting myself positioned a bit nicer with this wire, so that way I got a good hold on it. And also good angle of the dangle. And we want that pin right there. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do, donkey. And we gotta do left-hand solder. And we'll grab a little bit of solder. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I got something in the way. I can't read that. Give me 1 sec. Alright, have a good one, man. Let me know how the car meet goes. Make sure you take lots of pictures. You know, we got the Discord channel. We have a little bit of flux. I mean, just a time. Oh my god, that's way bigger of a dab than I wanted. That's way bigger of a dab than I wanted. Whatever. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Of course. That's way bigger of a dab. I just dropped my solder. Oh, onto that. There we go. I was able to grab her. I was able to grab the solder. Luckily. I mean, it's got enough solder on the wire now, too. I'll have to grab more. And that's why I need to be careful with the flux. This is clean. All back up now. Oops. Why do you need so much heat? Hey, way more heat than what I wanted to use. That looks good. I actually like that a lot. It's on there really good. Solid. Alright, well, take her easy there, man. I'm just gonna clean up the solder or the flux now. So that we don't have to worry about later when it starts hardening, because the stuff will harden up a bit when the board. It's not really when the board cools. It's stuff when you heat it up and that does it. It's good flux. It's just pain to deal with cleaning up afterwards. If you can get cleaned up right away, it's a lot nicer to deal with. There we go. Don't even need to add any hot glue on that one. It's such a good spot there. Just checking stuff out before I show, and then check it over. Quite happy with that, to be honest. And we'll do this. Show. There you go. Looks pretty good. It's on that right there. Really good. Like it's really good. Nothing to touch anything. And what I'm gonna do is flip this over. Figure where I want to put my variable resistor. I like to actually, instead of having it, because these right here, they got little stand-ups that are okay if you want to do it, and then like just push it to the board, and then you can line them up on the board. I like to have them on the other way, because that way the hot glue has a more like, so all the writing, right, more grab, and then it just sits flat to the board, which is nice way. I actually like that. And then we'll do this, and then for a ground, we'll just go to the same ground that the other potentiometer's on. That way I don't have to do any other soldering, and it's already pre-done with solder. Makes things easier. So I'll take this, we'll go like, so yeah, how do I want it? I want like this. I would love to be able to. I just can't afford that kind of stuff, man. I can't. I've been wanting to grab myself a couple extra radiators and make, one of those like massive radiators, just with a whole bunch of different size radiators. I'd like to do a bunch of like, was it 480 mil radiators? I would like 4 or 5 of them and do a massive radiator. But what I was also thinking was getting some copper, flexible copper tubing. It's like I don't know, using homes, solder up a bunch of, or get it all ran, and then actually having like a window unit that's for winter that you can put have like aluminum fin or copper finned, really thick copper or aluminum finned plate that I'm going to solder the actual copper tubing to, and the copper tubing on the ends I can be able to fit my like some fittings that'll actually work with the tubing that I use for my PC, and that way it's literally like winter cooling all winter. It'd be awesome, like the way I have it designed. I'll make like a little like I don't know. I guess I can get a CAD file. I know how to do CAD stuff, so I can do a CAD file and show the way I want to do it, and it's actually be really cool to do. Really cool idea. You just stick it in the window, basically. Like, literally just stick it in the window, shut the window down onto it, locks all in place into the window. Just make it so it fits the actual window. Just be like a radiator. Not even like a radiator that goes, like, blows air. It'll be all, what do you want to call it? What do they call it? Where you don't need any fans in that. It'll cool the water like a radiator. Build my own radiator. I think that would be pretty cool to try out, but I just don't have the money for that kind of stuff. Cut it back here, give myself extras. So I gotta go glue this into place. Oh, I gotta get the hot glue gun. Guys, you didn't tell me to get the hot glue gun ready. Ugh. Didn't even tell me. Yeah, we'll get this all glued up and then soldered on. That will be for the memory mod. And then when I get it all soldered up, I can test it out. To go over with the multimeter again to make sure it is working properly. So I can show. I just lost that potentiometer, it's fine. So what I can do here is show off of this one here. Can we put this in place so that way you can see? Yep. Right. So it read 1.04 kilo ohms before, and then if we go off the potentiometer here, we're now at 0.987. Okay, and that raised my voltage up. I believe the card right now is set around 1.28 volts, right around 1.28 volts. But this is what it reads now. 0.987 kilo ohms. And the actual reading on this, and this is a 100K potentiometer. Just dialed down as well, like dialed quite down. And you can just read off potentiometer from the feedback this way. Good way of testing it, make sure everything's working proper. So number with the memory, what we're reading was 1.14-ish, right around 1.14. So if we can read about 1.14 with the potentiometer, when we dial it into place, we're going to read 1.14. And when we put it on the test bench and then check the actual voltages, I'm not going to be adding like voltage monitoring at all. I'm just going to use The old school way, put the actual multimeter to it for testing. Just put the ground to a ground point, more or less probably on the chassis, but anywhere that's on a ground point, and then just touch the back of a capacitor for the memory. At least one that's going to be the power, and then that's how I'm going to just do it for now until I get everything all stitchmacated, and then make things look a lot better, and then make it easier for when I do live streaming. When I can get enough money, I'm going to be getting another multimeter. I want to get a clamp one, and then I would like to get an oscilloscope at some point. The one I'm looking at is around $500 though, and that's way out of my price range for a very long time. And $500 for one is not much. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me that before? It takes forever. Like I still got we'll have like 10 minutes to wait to actually get the hot glue in. It takes forever. It was $10. Came with 30 glue sticks though, and yeah, it was $10. So I can't complain. While we're waiting though, I'm gonna solder on a ground. Oh wait, I can't solder. Yeah, I'll solder on a ground point. And since it's gonna be really close, I'm just gonna get it all prepped up now. Like that. How's it going, man? How are you, Gabby? Yeah, I'd like to be able to get more wire, but I got enough for a while now. This stuff is just like if you're really bad with like hitting wires and that. This is at 500 degrees Celsius, by the way. This casing is super flexible, and it's just takes so long to be able, like, it doesn't do anything to it. It doesn't do nothing to it. So if you're really bad with like touching wires and that when you're soldering and that, this stuff, I'll make a video about this wire. I mean, the price for it, it's only 30 meters. 30 meters of each. No, 30 meters total, 10 meters each. Is $10 for 30 meters of it. But this stuff is 30 og. It's 30 og. It's very small wire. This casing, just amazing. It must be some sort of silicone casing, and it's good for high temp. It's so good. Like, very, very impressed. Do you think the 1080 would look like this? Do you think the 1080 that you sent me would look like this? It's not even done. I'm gonna try it, like I said, I'm gonna probably take this off, and then the hot glue comes off these boards really nicely. I'll take this off, and I'll like basically assemble the card again, just not the actual air cooler. I could even do the air cooler too, and then I'll have the back plate on, make it look really, really good. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping this mod, the feedback mod's just easy enough. From reading the actual data sheet there about this controller, is that when you're over 2 volts, there might be a little bit of there might be an issue. I might have to change the RE-FA DJ. It's just a reference feedback pin, basically. Oh, my kitty, you're so beautiful. Hello. When you go lay down until it's actually dinner time, because it's 2. Jonathan, don't yell at me. Cubby's good. Cubby's great. A sus. Ah, a sus. Very sus. We need some solder. Gabby, go lay down. Stop bugging me. You little tool. Serenba. And we'll get this
soldered 2 dots. And then hopefully I don't knock off the other wire that's already there. Oh, the other wire is in my way. Why is it not in my way? Of course it's in my way. Why is this being stripped? Doing this live and then actually recording this. I got everything set up so far away from. I can't see nothing. Trying to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe how will it work? I mean, it doesn't work for me. I have to spin the whole board. There we go. You guys can somewhat see. I need to set the lights a bit better. Holy crap! That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That'll do. Somewhere around there. I'll get it all prepped up when I get it hot glued. Down. Go lay down! No! I am in a pain in my butt. And that's how long that takes. And then I got this. Just put right over this pin for now. And then when I do finalizations on this, I'll cut this pin right off. No, I mean, I try to keep as much. I try to do as much vacuuming as I can for the kitty hair. It's not easy, especially if there's flux on the board. Like on this board right now, there's 0 cat hair, 0. Like 0. Like only thing that you guys might see is this traces. There's 0 cat hair on this. Maybe some hot glue now, but we'll just get rid of that hot glue strand. Oh, yeah, you might just see traces on it. There's 0 cat hair. And then I just cleaned everything up before the stream. Squeeze is like, oh, when's the stream? When's the stream? I'm like, I'm getting it already, basically. I just didn't want to tell everybody I'm getting it ready, but I was getting it already. Oh, yeah, basically. Go lay down. Good boogie. Hot glue strand, get rid of that. Try to make sure there wasn't any hot glue strands. I might grab the hot air and just go. Oh, that's bit. That's so much better. And then we need a little bit of flux. A little bit of flux, not much. A little bit of flux on here. So, and I just got a little bit of flux on the board. Let's clean that up. Bam. We need a little bit of solder. Pre-tinner. Bam. 100C? Yeah, it's a laptop fur though. It's hard to get away from that a lot. Did I make this way too short? Nope. Very good. Alright. Calm down. Everybody just calm down. It'll do, donkey. It'll do, donkey. It'll do. I like a song, and I like a song. No, it's this how. Fun. Thought that game was getting banned. Spin it up, spin it up, spin it up, spin it up, and a little bit of flip. Yeah. Then when you tin it all up, it basically makes it like a solid core wire. It's nice and strong. Pre-tinned easy. Or I pre-tin up the other pin as well. So, except for I put to the wrong tin. Yep. That was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. And wrong. There it goes. Okay, now have that all hooked up. Remember what we said before. I've done that. This is for core. I'll be writing that with a marker here. Oh, of course so.
MC.
MCM. CM Punk. Yo, it's Z. Thank you very much. There's Z and D for you guys know the rest. Can't believe nobody has commented on your video there, the short that you put on there when I said NVIDIA and Intel for life. I can't believe nobody said anything about it yet. Oh baby. Okay, so remember what we said before. Remember this is a 100K. This is a 100K ohm resistor, variable resistor, and this is also another 100K. But yeah, so remember what we said before. I already got almost dialed in, didn't even do anything. So 1.071 right now. And then what we're gonna do is get it set basically back to stock 1.14. This one should be right. Yep, that's right. Now I wish I had gator clamps as well. Some gator clamps for this would be nice. Really small gator clamps. And that should be about 1.14, I think, ish, around there. I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. How's it going, Z? I went the wrong way, guys. Why didn't you tell me I was turning the knob the wrong way? I actually got thumb ones. Well, I got a pretty dead thumb right now, so I don't know how well that would do. Oh yeah. So we gotta set it back to original, which is 1.14. Oh, nice. Yeah, the 100K trim pot really makes it so you can really dial in voltages until the last bit where the steps are a lot higher. And you really gotta watch your turning. It can change your voltage a lot very, very quickly. Okay, so maxed out there. Should be pretty close to where we need to be though. Nah, 1.09.
Pretty close to where we need to be. Almost 1.1. Almost 1.1. So that's good. Good enough. Yeah, test it out. Let me know how that goes. That the last part that you had to get? Is that the last part that you had to get for your white build, or what else you waiting on? Let you know the voltage that we're at right off the bat here. The only RGB it's gonna have is a little on the AIO and the RGB on the RAM. Well, I mean, you can always disable the RGB, right? Hopefully, I hope so too. GPU, CPU case. Oh, oh wow. Oh, okay, I didn't realize you needed that much. Basically, need it all still. Oh, hey, yo. I need the multimeter. I gotta go. Again, I fed you early, and now you think you want food early, even though I gave you a lot this morning, so I don't want to hear it. I mean, I almost filled that dish. It took you like hours to finish it. Yeah, 1 sec. Oh, we're barely up any voltage. 1.357 volts. It's not stock 1.8, it's 1.35 on this. So 1.357 only up 7 millivolts. I'll take it. Perfect. Give me a second. I'll get some things up. Double your CPU budget, so 9070 XT. That'd be good. That'd be good to get, yeah, for sure. Watch your eyes. So we're only up 7 millivolts. As low as I can go. Low as I can go, we're up 7 millivolts, so 1.357, so perfect. Like basically stock, and that's awesome. All right, so that's a success. Perfect. That is a success. So we're good to go on that. I don't really need to glue any wires on this one, so awesome. I only glued the wires on the core, just up here, just for strain relief, just in case. Even though I put it through these pass-through holes, and the pass-through holes literally just fit the wires, so perfect. But there we go. There's memory controller voltage and some, yeah, memory voltage, core voltage. We have both on the card now, and we'll see how good she be. I'm already using the system right now to stream, so I can't really do any testing. I could throw it in the test bench with the 3770K, but I really don't want to be honest. But you know what I do want? I want a coffee. I want a freaking coffee. I deserve one. Alright, so that was easy enough. That's 2 more 100K. Variable resistors gone, so I'm gonna need more of them too, unfortunately. And what I want to do is order some UV instant PCB repair. It's fairly cheap, so that way I can fix up the 770 after Gabby Goo and I had a little accident. Yeah, that's why I don't want you around me when I'm doing this stuff. Because I'm glad you didn't get hurt. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't get hurt. And if anyone's wondering what I do with all the parts for everything, so this I got this one already set out for the 2080 Super. This is for 2080 Super. Sorry, this is 2080 Super. This is for 1080 Ti. It should use the same 100 kilo ohm resistor, variable resistor as well for the core. It already does 1.2 volts because it does have the XOC BIOS. It already does 1.2 volts, but they scale from testing on older cards, 10 series cards, and this one, they scale once you get past 1.2 volts. That's when magic basically happens. Past 1.2 volts, that's when it's like, whoa, like I can like go way higher in core clock now that I'm past the 1.2 mark. GDDR5X memory scales with voltage. It is by Micron. GDDR5X is Micron. Same thing with GDDR6X, also Micron. Not sure if that scales with voltage or how that all changes due to the fact the voltage fluctuates a lot on it through loads and offloads, and I'm not sure how well it'll be to actually do a voltage mod on it. I would like to do it on my 3070 Ti. I haven't done it yet. I've done minor mods that I'm not going to talk about because I don't want people to be doing them. But I've done minor mods. That's why I can do really good, like I got a really good card to do it with. And got some really good scores with that. I've done a bunch of new air testing at ambient around 30, 35, 40 degrees Celsius ambient temperature, and almost reaching 2.4 gigahertz. Did a bunch of testing through the summer. And yeah, for what I've done to it, it's already going to be really good. When I get it cooler, I'm hoping that I can do 2.4 runs through a bunch of different benchmarks. So I'm hoping about 2.4. If not, I will have to put it on water, but I don't have anything to cool the memory, and I need something to cool the memory. Because GDDR6X gets super hot. Like, super hot. This 5X doesn't really get that hot, to be honest. VRMs on this get a little warm. Again, warm. No, I'm not even saying hot. Warm. Due to the fact I got the Finger Chopper 9000. So yeah, the Finger Chopper 9000. So the little water block that goes on there, and then the Finger Chopper 9000 does basically the whole board. See? That's why I made the Finger Chopper 9000. It blows a lot of air and keeps the memory cool, VRMs cool, and also the controllers cool, which can be beneficial as well. Yep, happy. Again, did testing with power limit on it, so I didn't do a no power limit mod, OCPC style no power limit mod with the 2R2s, and yeah, I mean it so for some testing 1.15 volt it was hitting power limit, but then other testing was 1.2 volts it was hitting the power limit, but we'll say 1.175 volts you can go to without doing the no power limit. If you're going to do a core voltage mod on these like 1080s or whatever, you're going to have to look at the power limits, maybe do a change the BIOS, but that the BIOS is for these cards. I think the max that you can do, you could do the XOC BIOS, and I could have, but for some reason the XOC BIOS, and then the XOC BIOS I didn't need to do any of these mods. I can change the voltage basically to a certain point, or basically just get rid of any issues. There's no power limit on the XOC BIOS, but for some reason it was messing up my memory. I'm not sure if maybe it needed more voltage, if I needed to do a memory voltage mod on it before the XOC BIOS. Maybe I'll do a test on it and see if the XOC BIOS works with extra voltage, but as soon as I put the XOC BIOS on, it put my memory into limp mode. The core worked perfect through MSI Afterburner up to 1.2 volts, no problem, and then with another tool that I use, I could increase the actual PLL and then also the core voltage, and just with offsets. That all worked perfect, but for some reason the memory went into limp mode, went to 400 megahertz and couldn't get past 400 megahertz. It would show in a bunch of softwares that it was working fine, but it was not. It was at 400 megahertz if you used like if you just looked at MSI Afterburner, but if you looked at GPU-Z showed perfect. If you used hardware info, it showed perfect. MSI Afterburner and ASUS GPU Tweak 3, same thing. No, it would show 400 megahertz, and then doing testing, like show testing in benchmarks. Doesn't even matter if it was like a 2.5D benchmark, like GPU Pi. Same thing. It would show that the memory is in limp mode. Cause yeah, brutal. That's fine. Now we did the mod, and now we won't have an issue. If we run into issues with going past a certain voltage, I've already done some testing on it with the core voltage. That seems just fine with the core voltage. Memory though, we'll see what that voltage. We probably won't go to 1.2 volts, but we'll probably go to around 1.8 volts, an extra 500 millivolts. But we'll have to see how far we can actually push it. Yeah, let's make it a coffee. But yeah, basically we're at stock voltage on that right now, and then I should check the core, see if we're at stock. I mean, I can already boot. I did testing, see if we can boot up at higher voltages, and yeah, we can boot up on core higher voltage. Not sure if that's gonna be the same thing with the memory. If we can boot up on higher voltage on the memory, sometimes there could be issues with booting up on higher voltages. That's why some people put switches in. We'll have to see if that's the case. I'll add a switch in too, so that way we can do stock boot up and then flip a switch, and then we'll be back to the voltage that we had set. And then we can change the voltage with the variable resistor after that. Perfect. Yeah. No. I want to make a coffee. I want to make a coffee. No, 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 no. The other card I'm going to be doing, if people just joining in on the stream, is the 2080 Super. Super with the beefy 12 phase VRM. So yeah, it's a beast. It's a 12 plus 2 for memory, 12 for core. Very beefy VRM, so I'm hoping that way it will be able to handle lots of voltage, not get super warm either. Should be able to do very, very well. I will be doing core voltage and memory voltage on this board as well. I have to do no power limit model on this. I'll maybe make a whole video on this. Either I can make a video or live stream. The live streams aren't the greatest due to the fact the way I have things set up for doing it is I'm so far away for soldering. Like I'm like reached out doing the soldering so that way I can keep the mic in front of me so that way the mic's not super low. I have the lights on a certain way that it just isn't perfect for me looking at it. It helps you guys be able to see a bit better. That's somewhat. I can set them up a bit better, but not really. But yeah, it's live streaming the soldering is just not fun. It makes things so much harder for me. Just due to the fact I don't have a bench to actually work on. I'm using my desk. That's my normal desk, and it just makes things so much harder for me to do. And I like to make sure my solder work is really good. So yeah. It usually doesn't take me long. It literally just doesn't take me that long in live streaming it. Yeah, that'll be probably the next card I do, the 2080 Super. If not, maybe I'll do the 1080 Ti. Might do the 1080 Ti because the memory is GDDR5X is on there as well. This is GDDR6 on the 2080. It's GDDR6, so maybe we'll do. These are Sammys, aren't they? Yeah, these are Sammys. Maybe we'll do the 1080 Ti memory mod and core. Do core and memory mod on it. Can already do 1.2 volts. That's really good. Does over 2.2 gigahertz. But I'm gonna be doing shelled. I'm gonna probably want to try to do 2.3 and up. Maybe we'll do core and memory on the 1080 Ti. It's just from just reading up onto it, some people they run into issues with doing it, and specifically the EVGA ones, and that's what I got for the 2080 Super 1080 Ti and all that. I like my EVGA. The Zeus Strix model here. I don't really read any issues with it because not a lot of people do the actual core voltage and memory mod on them. That maybe that's why I don't see any issues on it because nobody does it. Maybe the fact you can just do the XOC BIOS, but it doesn't work for me for some reason. And I've done different ways to do the BIOS. My way, this is a really easy way to do the BIOS, and they all end up the same thing: limp mode memory. And then, and then, and then. Oh my goodness! You coming up? I see that pot. Oh, I thought you were gonna jump. What Persona Go wants to see in the he asked in the Discord channel. He wants to, because he's never seen somebody do or heard of a motherboard mod. So I'll get my Z77 because I want to mod it up as well. I'll mod up the Z77, mod it up as well. I just gotta get the schematics for, not the board itself. I'll be doing capacitor mods on it, and then we'll look at trying to do memory and core mods onto it. Definitely doing capacitor mods onto it because I'm gonna be trying to do on water 5.2 or higher onto it on all core. I can already do 5 gigahertz, but I want to do more. And then the memory is maxed out for voltage. The core is technically maxed out, but if I disable a couple things, I can go past and get more voltage. But I would like to be able to just set my own voltages. And then the memory, we'll add capacitors to and see if we can get a bit more stable and try to do some DDR3 of 3000 and up for tests. Yeah, we'll mod the hell out of that motherboard. Probably do that live stream, mod it live stream, and then benchmark it live stream as well. Or maybe I'll not do the mod live. I'll just make a video of that, and then we'll bench the hell out of it live. I think that's what we'll do. And then I don't think I really need to mod up my X58 board, LGA1366 board. I don't think I need to mod it up. The Z77, I have to mod it up. I have to. I have to. I want to get some really good scores with the 3770K. I can't really do much more with my i5 2400s that I have. I still need to get a 4770K, just can't afford it, or a 4790K, one or the other. I already have a motherboard for that. It's a Z97 Asus. It's a Pro. It's a nice motherboard. I just have no CPU for it. And it doesn't need any mods. It's a good overclocking board. It's very good. Technically made for LN2. Yeah, I'll probably be ending the stream soon, though. Not sure. I know I've only been on for 2 hours, but don't think anybody wants to see any of these mods anyways. For this, I'll do a bunch of benching and then make a video on this as well. I've been editing videos and making videos and going over schematics for everything. Oh yeah, all the data sheets for all these controllers. 2080 Super is basically just like, it's basically like a UP 9511. It's basically the same. I think it's a UP 9512. Very similar. Didn't look at the memory controller though. I'll have to look at the memory controller for it. Yeah, I need to find places for getting MOSFETs. Maybe I still gotta make a DigiKey account. Which is, you got for DigiKey to get any kind of deals, you gotta buy bulk, and buying bulk means you just have to spend more. Spend more, save more. Hi, beautiful. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, still do a haircut. Still need a haircut. Gotta trim up. Hair's getting a little long. I've been upkeeping. I've been pretty busy. Just soldering, tying stuff out. See what works, what doesn't work. What could possibly work. Maybe work in conjunction with something, but it doesn't work, and then I gotta try something else, and that doesn't work. You're so damn cute. Don't you purr at me. You got something in your eye. You got, like, what do you got in your eye? Oh, it's gone. Good. Coming up? That's not how it works. You coming up? Hey. You. Shithead. Yeah, you. You coming up? That's not how it works. You just can't brush up against me. You coming up? Hi, babies. Hi. We doing that happy dance? Come on. Are you just being a turd? Yo, turd. Turd nugget. Hey. Fine. The hell with you. It got down to 18 degrees. So Gabby was cold. I had to get her another blanket. She'll just take that blanket and lay onto it and push it around. Instead of going under it. No, she'll go underneath the blanket on the bed, but she won't do it in her little box that has already 2 blankets. It's not how it works, Gabby. Swim by the summer. Someone commented 100? On what? Oh, how many cores does a 5667 have? 100! Oh, I didn't even read another comment from Zerno. 5,667, of course. Yeah, how many cores does a 5667 have? It's a trick question. That's why I just want people to, I can't figure it out. I just can't give me all these odd answers. Someone answered 4, but that's not technically the answer I'm looking for. How beautiful. How beautiful. Oh, yep. You good? You comfy? You get comfy? You get comfy? Say get comfy. No. That's not how you get comfy. Relearning? Alright, I'm gonna make that a quick stream. Tomorrow I'll probably stream a lot longer, going over things. I'm gonna try out this card, see kind of voltages it actually scales, how well it does scale with voltage on the memory. And then I don't know how well or if we can even do timings or whether the timings even matter for this. Doing timings suck, but I would change some timings if I can. I haven't really checked on the GDDR5X whether or not timings matter or if you can actually change the timings and it does anything. We'll make that a short stream today. Yep, so if anyone has any, wants to know more about it or just wants me to make a couple videos on how to check the actual the core voltage, memory voltage, and how to set it up, I can do that as well. Do like a breakdown on a bunch of boards, go through cards I've modded, how I go and do it my own way. Some people have their own ways of doing it. The way I'm finding it is a little bit different, and it seems to be working out really, really good. Hi. Hello. Yep, if anyone's still here, I'm going to be ending the stream here. So it's just a short one. I had some more stuff I got to do, and then tomorrow I'll try to stream all day tomorrow. We'll go over some things, maybe we'll clean up some motherboards and get things looking a bit more beautiful. And maybe we'll do the 2080 Super tomorrow, but we'll see what I do for that. And we'll be streaming all day tomorrow, though. We will be. Maybe I'll shave up for tomorrow, too. Yeah, we got some stragglers getting a little long. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream here. Again, thank you all for watching. Again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donators. You guys are helping out this channel more than you know. Like, seriously, thank you guys so much. Z, again, thank you very much, man. Like, thank you, man. Hopefully you get your PC built here soon. If you've made any more videos or shorts, I have not got any notifications, but I'll definitely check them out. Hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful. So, yep, that's it for this one. And again, you got her. I'll try to be on the Discord as much as possible. I'm just going to be doing some testing here. And it takes a while to do the testing because I gotta go through voltages, see how well it actually scales. From what I've been reading, GDDR5X scales very well. If it's just like the GDDR3, then it does really scale really well with voltage. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'm really hoping to get some good scores with this card. Same thing with 1080 Ti. 2080 Super, it's already a good card. So with a little bit of extra voltage on the memory and the core, it will be first place basically all the tests. So again, thank you for watching, everyone. And as always, don't forget to get her done. Peace.